that's like kind of tricky to those guys. I must have found it. I must have found it. We'll get one sooner or later.
I don't,
Hopefully
yeah,
soon.
I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it, really.
Yeah, okay, we're not last,
That's why I just wrote a letter and it's basically.
A lot of those people are doing it very deep for the inspection.
We were there once already.
They were there already once for the inspection?
For certain
Labor
things.
board.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, I don't really,
No.
it's up to
They were there one.
I mean, I really don't
week.
think about too much of this, like,
Right.
unless something really asks me to
Right.
print some more.
Thursday or Friday.
Some of those deadlines rolled out
Yeah.
Thursday.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, Jay, take the minutes.
Yep.
Any problem with any of those, anybody? Jason?
I take them?
Yeah. Two correspondence, Erie County Water Authority, the new customers alert system, and correspondence from the zoning board. I'll take those two. Customer floor for 3 minutes, application, use of facility. I'll take care of that. Jay, you wanna do the site plan?
Sure.
Zach, you wanna take care of, community Halloween party?
Yes.
Jeff, resolution, number 5?
Sure.
Jason, you wanna do the other resolution for the unpaid water bills?
Sure.
I know you have the garage. I'll take the surplus equipment. Actually, Zach can do the surplus equipment. Zach, take the surplus equipment that we put out. Hey, you know what, and on that surplus equipment, I was talking to these guys, and I know we're gonna have a meeting coming up with them all. About, we've been talking about getting a different trailer for him.
Or Parks Trail?
Yeah, getting rid of that, and getting one that we could drive the tractor on,
Mhm.
if they had to haul it down the road. Maybe we should get that going too.
Well, if you get rid of that truck, we might make enough money on that truck to pay for most of the trailer, so.
And get rid of that other trailer.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to get that as surplus equipment and put it on too, but I.
Enclosed trailer, it really doesn't, you can't put the tractor on it with the bucket. And-
enclosed?
Yeah, and they typically have to drive it down there, or drive it down there, so we get rid of the trailer. Get an open air trailer, we can drive the mowers on, with the tractor on, holds the weed whack, the weed cutters on the string cutters on the side, more conducive to parks. And get rid of that enclosed trailer. Yeah, we can do that for next.
Amazing information.
Give me the information.
Yeah, get that at next meeting. I'll take number 9. That's it. Okay. Highway barn. Mike, Jim Hannon. We have that highway barn. We had issues with it, there's some questions with it, it's leaking. We've been cited by the labor board on it, we have to December 18th to fix it. Brought Jim Hannon and Mike. Jim went through everything from
Sean Barella,
Sean Barella.
Garland DBS.
Yeah, so you wanna come up, Jim, explain if anybody's got any questions for him, what's going on, and
Yeah,
Yeah, let me just back up a little bit. Jim,
well, go
before you
ahead,
start.
go ahead, Mike.
When this came up last time, Garland had come to the board, through the supervisor's office, I think, and maybe through the highway department, I'm not sure how they got here. But in September indicating that they had worked with a number of municipalities around western New York and upstate, and that they just wanted to slip under the piggyback law, under the general municipal law. And I indicated that being conservative, I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do is have them bid out the contract just like they did for the parking lots. Same way, same thing. However, then Jim got involved, and Jim and I had talked, and there seemed to be, with winter coming up, and Bob had indicated there's leakage on the floors. We have been cited by the labor board, I think it is. And-
Pesh,
Yeah,
no,
Pesh.
labor board.
Yeah, labor board, under the Pesh Act, that's what it is. And starting December, I thought it was 16th, or maybe the 18th, it's gonna cost us $200 a day. With the nature of the which is $1,400 a week. With the nature of the construction, I don't know if it'd be finished during the winter or not. Jim would have a better hold on that. But the labor board, upon inquiry by Jim, had indicated that you better fix it right away for the safety health. The last thing we need is a lawsuit, somebody slips and falls, it costs us $200
Right.
on workman's comp, and it's just not worth it. So, under the emergency provision of our general purchasing law, I think at least I think it's a good place to start, in terms of a justification for it. Like I said, I'd rather be caught having somebody safe than somebody saying, well, you should have bid it out more than what we did. From what I understand, Garland did bid it out to 3 separate places. And so the motion on the floor would be to acknowledge, the state that we're in, number one, and number 10. And I don't know if Dawn had attached a copy of the fine schedule from the state to it, or if she attached a copy of the letter from the state indicating that we better get it fixed because they deem it to be an emergency. But it's there, the documentation's there. And, I think, well, Jim might have a better, on the specifics, and that's why I asked Jim to be here, because he can explain the technical things of it, which I don't have. And,
Well-
go ahead.
Like what you were saying is this MICPA, the Master Intergovernmental Cooperative Purchasing Agreement. I had never really worked with that before, so wasn't really overly comfortable with it. But then, in talking to Marty and finding out that you've been cited by the Department of Labor, and then reviewing your policy procurement, or procurement policy guideline number 6, which deals with emergencies. That's really where you're at here. And so I contacted a guy named Darren Mrack at the Department of Labor, and I got him to send me a determination that it is an emergency. And so he sent me an email that says, in consideration of the conditions noted, please regard this as an emergency condition which needs swift action as winter approaches. So I think we have our bases covered to call it an emergency, hire the people that have given you the cost. He did do a competitive bid with 3 local contractors for the labor aspects of the job. They're gonna pay rate, they're bonded, the contractor's insured. So I think under the circumstances, we should probably go ahead and award it, because you maybe have a month of reasonable weather. So I'm comfortable with all that. I've read through their specs. They're an old traditional company from Ohio. They have their own product. That's what they're gonna be applying to the roof. And it is a restoration, it's not a new roof. There's a 5-year warranty with a 5-year extension. So, in 5 years, somebody has to call these guys back, they need to come inspect their work, do whatever remediation they need to do, and then they tack on another 5 years. So it's not a bad deal. The cost is, the cost was $133,000, and I think the reimbursement from FEMA was $115,000, so the town can go after the remainder directly with FEMA, and I've got the contact in Albany if you want to do that. it's a little more difficult. The FEMA money that was awarded in, I think it was 2015, that's, I checked with that, and that is in place. So the lion's share of the work will be paid for through the FEMA award. And we can figure out what to do with any additional costs that might come up. They will let you put in a request for additional payment, but there is, it takes a little bit of time. That's what I know about it, so.
Does anybody have any questions for Jim or Mike?
It's good enough for me.
For the remediation, is that all built into that cost?
A restoration, they call it.
Right, so they're gonna do a restoration, but they're gonna come out and inspect in 5 years, and they said if there's any additional remediation, is that built into that cost?
I
or is
believe
that-
so, yes. As long as they're notified, they come back, they take care of whatever deficiencies are there, and then they tack, it's called a 5+5, is what's in their paperwork, so. And like I say, they're a fairly reputable company, they're bonding the whole thing. I believe they're bonding the local, Neff and Son, is the guys, the local guys, that are doing the labor. They're applying Garland's product. Neff and Sons, I'm sorry. They bid it to Neff and Sons, Jameson, and Grove.
Could I ask the board members, do you have a copy of the letter from the state in your file?
I don't.
I have it.
Yeah. Jim, if you give me a copy of
Talking
it.
about,
Yeah.
talking about the determination from Department of Labor.
Yes, okay, I'll make a copy of your
Sure,
shirt.
Jim, if you could just mail me some copies.
Yeah, sure.
The file copy, the photocopy down here needs paper in it. I'm kind of shallow this one at point.
Neff and Sons are from Depew.
They had the lowest bid by far.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't really go through the bids, they were at 32,000. It looks like Jameson was at 71,
Previous then?
or I'm sorry, 84,000.
Right.
So yeah, they were considerably low.
They were right in line.
These are the bids that we saw when it was Sean, right? Is that-
Yes,
Yeah, when Sean
but
was
still
here.
Sean. This is
Okay.
still, it's,
Yeah, it's still him, same thing.
It's just not going through,
yes it is.
oh, it is, okay.
Yep. It's exactly what he presented last time. We just found a different way to do it.
Because of the emergency situation.
Correct.
And to me, it just seemed to make sense. I mean, if the auditors came in and said, well, you know, sustained $300,000 in damage, why don't you take the 115 and fix it? Well, because we didn't have time, you know.
Yeah, Grove was almost $100,000. So these guys are at 32 and considerably low.
There's your.
This is in there. This document's in the packet already. I thought Michael was asking about
Which one?
The actual letter from Peth, Pesh, that cited the
Are you asking for that one, Mike, or that one that he just got?
This is the confirmation, this is when Jim, after Jim contacted them, and basically we asked them to officially designate it an
Yeah, this is
emergency
it, this is it,
situation
right.
for us, and that was his response, which that's good enough for me, so.
You need a violation, Jay? Is that what you're asking for?
I thought that's what Mike was asking.
No,
You were
this-
asking for this?
Yes, right.
Okay, because that is in the packet already.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, oh,
That,
I'm
that
sorry,
document is in
okay.
the packet, I thought you were
Right.
asking for the actual
No,
violation.
Jim's got, and there's some other issues that are addressing too, which I think Bob is addressing.
Yeah, I got an electrician coming in and address some of them.
I think Mark already took care of that.
We're taking care of some, we gotta get some light covers on those and some other things down there too. You know, they were handling a bunch of them
Those
too.
cracked outlet covers, man, that can be dangerous, I can tell you.
No, they were, yeah, they were outlet covers. She got us on a lot. She got a lot of little things, I think. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions for Jim or Mike on this? Okay.
The only other thing I would say is that Jim's going on vacation tomorrow, he's going out to California, and I'm sure he's got a few things to do at home tonight, so if we need him for Thursday, he will stay.
I didn't mention you, I'm good, I just wanted to come and explain it to the board, what we found. Good.
Okay.
Jim, the only one question I have for you, what's your preferred method of contact? If I need to get ahold of you, email or phone?
Yeah, email. Do you have my email?
Yeah, I
Or
do.
you can get it from one of these
Yeah,
guys?
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, he's got it right at the top of this letter.
Yeah, yeah. I have it.
Right, so I think under the circumstances, it's the best you can do, and it needs to get done pretty quick. So, and then I guess, what are you gonna do for insulation in there?
Waiting for another contract to get a third bid.
You're
It's
gonna,
kind of pulling teeth.
you're
But
gonna,
hopefully
like,
by,
chem foam or,
yeah, hopefully by mid next week, I'll have the third bid in for it. Just, we had one that was coming, didn't show up again. So hopefully I'll have a third bid by mid next week, we can get it ready and get it for the next meeting.
yeah, okay, well, let me know if you decide that you wanna go and, go for additional money. The FEMA award, the FEMA estimate didn't include any insulation, but it's been damaged now. There's a mechanism in place where you can probably approach them and ask for more. I don't know if you really want to or not, but, because it's gonna be, but I got the name of the contact in Albany, Kelly Thompson was her name. And she seemed very helpful, and,
And I think the underwriter that came out for FEMA that was here actually is from Hamburg.
yeah, that was Brad,
Yeah. So,
and Pete Shadle. He handed it off to Kelly, I think her name is Kelly Thompson.
okay.
So he's out of the loop. And then there's a new local inspector, I think her name's Jennifer. So, she's in Buffalo.
All right. All right.
Okay, and we have one more thing on the agenda, that it was the approval of a site plan for a cold storage building at the, over on Charter Road. What's the name of the company, Jim?
Valley Fab.
Valley
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 Fab,
Fab, which,
Valley Fab.
which you have the, planning board had approved the site plan subject to the engineer's, your secret review and stuff like that. Jim says that he's comfortable with it, and it can.
Yeah, it was strictly a yard thing, and I guess it's fine.
Okay.
You know, we normally with the planning board requests, we'll get involved in a seeker review. Seeker is fine, it's a type 2. It's an expansion of the existing building, it's less than 4,000 square feet. So there's no seeker issues. So I'm sure that the planner and the planning board chairman have looked at all the other stuff thoroughly enough to feel comfortable with it, so I think it's fine.
They do.
Yeah.
No variance, no way that baloney.
No variance is required, and it's strictly a matter of there are some residential lots, but they stop short of where this building is going. And then there's I think it's an industrial lot that abuts that
I
site
think so,
where
too.
that addition goes, so I think that was their determination that they didn't need a 75-foot side yard.
Right,
So, that being the case, then I'm good.
okay. I just wanted you to be aware of it.
Oh, no,
Comes
perfect.
up upstairs, okay.
Thanks, Jim.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
Have a great
Nice
trip.
seeing you. Nice
Yep,
trip.
thanks.
Bob, what do you got?
Travel safely.
I really don't have too much tonight, I mean, the guy's been out chipping brush, that's going pretty well, we're almost done. We've been out mowing shoulders, the shoulders are all been mowed back, they look great. We got a little bit more blacktop to do, gonna do that tomorrow. Working on plow trucks, getting ready for winter, but salt barn's full, sand piles there, so we're pretty much, everything's looking good.
And I gave, Jim had, Chino, who wanted to strike it, parking lot was 2,300, I paid it to, Ballard, who does our striping too. So he said it was cheaper, but I'm waiting for the, to come in. I gave him all the sites and where it should be and everything.
Once we got the handicap spaces
Yeah.
marked out, that's the big
Yeah.
thing, because then we can put the signs back up, but I don't wanna put them in
We
the
have the whole
ground until we,
diagram.
yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
painted blue and all that, so.
As soon as they're striped, we'll put the signs back up.
Great. Jay?
Nothing really. We don't normally nobody really contacts Jim directly. Jeff's the engineering liaison.
Okay.
And we created that 7 years ago to save money. The old Democrats pissed away like, I don't know, $100-something thousand a year on engineering.
He's like an attorney.
Because
Clock starts.
everybody called, everybody, was calling him all the time, bugging him all the time. I mean, ridiculous requests, like town clerk's office would call him and the clock was always running, nuts bomber. So we got rid of them, hired him with the understanding that Jeff pretty much arranges.
The reason we did it,
everything
because
himself.
Nussbaum was charging us, if they knew the budget had 100,000, I guarantee you,
They made
they
sure they-
ate up 100,000, we dropped from 100,000, I think, to 30,000 the first year. So we did that, so not everybody and their brother was calling, because the clock starts with them.
Right, he's on a strictly hourly basis, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Jeff, town clerk,
I have something to report you.
Jason,
I'm just gonna be bringing up, Pat Gelvin's recycling event. He's got an electronics recycling event. CAC, we've got a, adopt the highway program going on, that's gonna bring up, the DEA is having a drug disposal event. I pulled up 3 local, venues that can be doing a collection for that, and then, I don't know. if you-
Pond.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, I got on, for the pond project.
how'd you get on a third, did you get a third bid?
I'm up to 12 different places, so based on our procurement policy, I mean, on the section 5 on our procurement policy, and I can list all 12 places.
Yeah,
I've
then
contacted.
just give me a list, we'll put it on for next one. I happened to talk to Bob and Bill Fornes, that there's a clay bottom, and you have to make that aware to them,
I have,
that it
is that
is,
big bucks,
they break through that clay and it's just, we start over at square one.
right?
So it's definitely a clay bottom underneath that, and underneath that is, shale, Bob?
Gravel?
Gravel.
I say gravel, because when I tested the depth, it's about 7, well, right, with all the rain, it's probably deeper than that now, but when I tested it, 2 weeks ago, when those dead carp were in there, it's roughly right around 7 feet at that point, but even in those low areas, I was hitting gravel with a pole, you could actually hear the gravel, so
So they
I
have
don't know
to
if
be
that's
loose.
just sediment or what that
I
is.
think that when they're bidding that, where you get the contract for them, you gotta make sure it's clear in that. If they break through that, they become responsible and probably have, yeah, shoot it over to Mike and have him just like make sure that it's crystal clear on that, because
Okay,
then that's a lot of work, right, Bob? Getting back to reclaiming that.
oh, it's a lot of money too. Yeah, clay's not cheap.
Yep, so, then let's just get the list together,
Okay,
and
so then what, go ahead.
just get the list together for the next meeting, we'll put it on the next meeting, hopefully then I'll have the phone one done, we can do the phone one and do them both and get them done at
Okay.
once.
And then once we get the, once we have the vendor, then that, we can put that in with the DEC application, so the DEC and Army Corps of Engineers will give us the approval, let us know if we need any permits. There's a blue book, through the DEC, which is, I think you and I talked about that years ago, but anyway, there's a blue book, and that will discuss, what Jeff had concerns with in regards to erosion control. Really, we can just put hay bales out there. The biggest thing is that if we start muddying the water, that's where the DEC will come in and potentially slap a fine on us. But if we can control that either by some kind of silt screens, which they said maybe you might have some of those at the highway department, they're just kind of tossing ideas out, but they said the highway department has like the silt screens or things like that to keep that, out of the 18-mile creek, we're good to go. But Army Corps of Engineers and the DEC will basically tell us anything and everything we need.
Bob's right, I mean, yeah, you could put a few hay barrels there, but then it gets to the creek, if it makes it to the creek.
Mhm.
Or we'll just put some hay barrels along there by
Yeah.
the drainage, I think it's the easiest way.
We'll do what we have to do.
Yeah. Okay,
Just the historical thing?
okay. Wonderful.
Well, I've got a couple of things, they're not major, on litigation, one in the group home, but I think everybody knows about that. The hearing that was supposed to be held at 10 o'clock, or 11 o'clock today was pushed off until the 27th. That was at the request of Mr. Purley. I don't know why, his daughter had something, or somebody had something in school, whatever, but that was pushed off. And then I've got a couple other matters, which I'd like to go into executive session just for a couple minutes, but
Okay.
depends on what else the board has.
I've been working with web people and having meetings with them weekly, coming in. They are gonna have the site up and running, they said, second to third week in October, ready, running, going. So, it's moving forward with them. I've bring them in weekly and it's ready, we're doing good on that.
Yeah.
They finished, the striping will be done in the parking lots here, we'll get all that restriped, Bob's put up some signs, we'll put up the rest of the signs, just prepping for winter. We also purchased for football and for EMS. Football's been asking for a golf cart. EMS works down there. Went over to where we bought our last golf cart at Battery Post, got them one that's a flat thing that they could lay somebody on if they get hurt, take them off the field, it electronically tilts. Football can use it too, to carry all their equipment out there, it's got the top on it. It was nice, it was $5,500, they're splitting kind of the cost on it. So it worked out well and they got it for them, for the season. What else have we been working on over there? Still haven't got, we're still waiting for a fence company to give us 3 more bids around the tennis courts. I got one, I'm waiting for 2 more to replace that fence around the tennis courts. Armor Fence hired for the other ones to rip down that we don't use at the south end of town. They're old and bent up, and there's one down here to take out, they're taking out the poles and everything. So just buttoning up and we're getting ready for winter here.
What's going on with the clock out front? Leo asked me if we could help him get rid of the old clock, or we got a new one lined up?
I said, let me see the cost of buying a new one and fixing it. And I found a watch, actually a clock guy over near Hamburg Schools, near the old Consumers in back, who fixes them. I don't know if he fixes those big ones.
Oh, he does my grandfather clock.
I gotta see if he can fix the big one. If he can fix that big one,
Back there.
compare
He's
it
just
to
booked for months and months and months and months out.
There's not a lot of guys who fix those.
Yeah.
It's hard to find somebody who fixes them, so.
So if he fixes it, he'll fix it right where it sits,
Yeah.
so we leave it alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leo asked me, I said, "Leo, I don't know, if it's unfixable and it's not worth it, then we'll get a new one." I said, but,
So
I
I
haven't
won't
really.
do nothing.
Yeah.
Right, Duffet's old, Duffet.
And that was like months ago.
He's back in there.
I talked to him.
Yeah, well, he just asked me the other day to take it down.
No, I didn't even have the guy come look at it.
He's got-
I said, if we take it down and it's unfixable, and we can put the bubble in it, and maybe put the Patriot in it, and put it down near football, and light it up as an entranceway with the Patriot on it, and do it that way, so we'll find out. So, okay, anybody have anything else before we go into executive session? No? Okay, make a motion to go in, I gotta know what it's about.
Ongoing litigation.
No. Make a motion to go in executive session about ongoing litigation. All in favor? Nays?